Hey guys, it's me, December, it's me, and I'm back again with another review, and this time it's of Nathalie Escape from Hell. Also, in some countries, it's named Campo de Perversion. Yes, that's why I watched it, because I'm a pervert, and I wasn't entertained, so that was very disappointing. But anyway, Nathalie Escape from Hell was a Nazi exploitation movie back in 1978 when they had this big run of them coming out after things like Salon Kitty and all these other movies. And to be honest with you, before I get started, I've not watched a lot of these films, and I doubt I will. Yeah. So anyway, the film starts off with a Russian doctor called Natalie going to see a patient, and she goes to see that patient, and he's a very friendly guy. And then all of a sudden, you see these Nazis driving along in the woods, and you meet Eric Muller. Eric Muller is a German soldier, and him and his colonel and all these other people get attacked by the resistance and end up hiding away in the poor patient's house where the Russian doctor is, Natalie. So after that period, she gets threatened, told to basically take care of the guy, and a resistance member comes in, kills him. But she protects Eric Muller. She protects Muller because she loves her rice. And as she's protecting him, the resistance man goes, "Oh, okay, I will leave," right? So he goes out the front door instead of the back door where he came. And as he runs, he gets shot in the back, right? And then shot in the head. But you don't see any bullet wounds, you don't see any blood, you don't see any of that, right? So you can tell this is a cheap movie. This film was made in France, by the way. So yeah, it's a French movie. Anyway, she gets taken to another camp place where they find out she's a doctor, even more so, and then she ends up at this fort. She ends up at this fort place called, I think it's called Stinberg. Anyway, right, Stilberg, I don't know. And you know what? By the end of the movie, you just won't care. Anyway, so she gets there, and then Muller is walking down the stairs, and he sees her, and he goes, "This is the woman that saved my life. This woman, I'm not going to let her be a hostess for all these German soldiers to have their way with her. I want her to be a doctor. I want to have my way with her." So he takes her upstairs while all the others get put into basically being prostitutes to satisfy German soldiers when they turn up. Which you might go, "Oh, that sounds interesting." You get nudity, you get sex, you get a real great perverted time. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that doesn't happen in this movie. In this movie, you have women half naked sitting on men's laps for like 5 minutes doing absolutely nothing but showing a bit of teddy, right? It's a bit nudity, right? Not very good. Not very good at all for a movie that's supposed to be, exploitation. Anyway, so she ends up walking around and doing her chores and talking to Muller, and then we meet Helga. Helga is this woman who loves to wear leather, walking away with a whip and whipping people. Yeah, that's not a good noise. That sounds more like a lightsaber. Anyway, so she basically tortures the women, and there's one scene where she's whipping a woman like this, and the woman's tied up, and the woman starts laughing. So what does she do? She takes her clothes off, and they have sex. Absolutely brilliant. The woman who's just been whipped like 20 times, laughing, having the time of her life. Very realistic, very great to the film, and very, very boring. Yep. There's a character in it who's a general, I think. Is it a general? Let me have a quick look. Are you a general? No, you're a colonel. Colonel Gunther, right? Who's always drunk and he's always falling all over the place. And eventually something happens to him and all this. And it turns out that Helga's in love with Muller and she's jealous of Natalie and she wants to get rid of her. And all this stuff happens and it's all meaningless, boring drivel. And it feels like it should have been put on Cartoon Network, right? Now you might, if you don't know what Cartoon Network is, it's a kids TV channel. Now, I'm going to tell you what I don't like about the movie. Because obviously I don't want to spoil the ending for it, but let me tell you, the best part of the movie is the end. That's right. Because Muller makes a massive mistake, and you're like, ha 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 ha. How could you make such a stupid mistake, Muller? Anyway, so what I don't like about the movie is I don't like how crap it is. I don't like that the main character in it, the woman, very beautiful, played by Patricia Gore, absolutely beautiful, stunning, beautiful figure, beautiful body, beautiful everything. Whether she's locked in a dungeon, or she's stuck on gravel, or she's in bed, or God knows what, she's always wearing the same high heels, white high heels. Now, I don't know why, I don't know how she does it, but even at the end when she's running along somewhere, she's in them. She just can't get out of them. The other thing I didn't like was I didn't like the fact that when you started getting into it, like, oh, look what's going to happen next, it would cut off to another sequence, like another area, another thing, you know. It was now 43 minutes long. It was just so tedious to watch. The acting, oh my word, not good. And this was another of those films where, because it was dubbed, you can't fully judge it. Like, the dubbing, you could tell one of the women would talk and it'd be like, hello, how you doing? You know? And you're like, no, where's the subtitles? I get tired of these movies that don't have subtitles when they were for the original language. Now, The Resistance, right? Absolutely brilliant, right? That's obviously sarcasm, because they're having a gunfight, and all of a sudden one of them says to the guy, you all right? And he goes, yeah, I'm doing all right. And they just sit there normally and then they start shooting again. When they kill people or that, there's no holes in the body, there's no bullet wounds, there's no blood, nothing, right? It feels like you're watching the kids play, right, at school, right? That's what it feels like. It's so bad. Helga laughs constantly like this, ha ha ha, ooh, ha ha ha. There's a torture scene in the movie, right, where this woman's been held over hot boiling water in a pot, right? And there's a rat in a cage, and Helga's like, ha, right? And the soldiers are, ha, right? And then you don't see what they do to her. They just walk off laughing while Nathalie struggles to figure out what's happened and deal with it, right? Now, the other part of the story is this. There's a British officer, a Scottish officer, and a Russian officer. Because Nathalie's Russian, and it turns out she's a secret spy. Now, that's at the beginning of the movie. You find that out pretty soon, right? The English guy's this big moustache is like, jolly old chap, I think we need to work together. And we need to do this. What do you think, my Scottish friend, MacDonald? And MacDonald's like, oh, yes, you know. And then the Russian guy just sits there going, I'll see what I can do for you both, right? He tells her, you've got to kill this agent, Ingrid, right? He says, you've got to save her or you've got to kill her, right? And you're like, right, okay. Yeah. So it's absolutely horrendous. I bought it because of the case alone, right? I was like, ooh, this is going to be amazing. Guess what? It wasn't. Now, like I said, one of the first ever Naziploitation movies I've ever seen. And I've got a couple more coming, right? And at the minute, I'm just shaking my head going, why did I bother? Why? Why? All I hope is that The Beast in Hate, which has probably one of the greatest covers I've ever seen, is fantastic. So yeah, as always, guys, my rating for this is going to be a 1 out of 5, right? Because I even fell asleep. Yeah, that's right, I fell asleep. I'm partway through the movie. I had to stop the movie 4 times. I had to go to the bathroom, right? It was so shit. I had to go to the bathroom and do one, right? I couldn't believe it, right? Showed my wife at the end, and she just sat there shaking her like, what the hell's going on in this movie? So yeah, 1 out of 5. As always, guys, if you've seen this movie, let me know down below what you thought. If you go and see it, let me know what you think of it. If you see it after I've recommended it, which I haven't recommended it because I told you it was shit. But if you want to watch it and tell me, yeah, you're right, it's shit, go ahead. But as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Have a good day and a good evening, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye bye. Oh yeah.